everyone, and welcome to the first very episode of Product Design by Niku. My name is Niku, and I'm a product designer. I want to mention that English is not my first language, and I haven't traveled abroad yet. And I don't have much experience speaking with native English speaker. So if I speak a little unnaturally or make some mistakes, please forgive me. I'm just here to share my journey honestly. I created this podcast because I want to share the real life of being a product designer, the challenges, the decision, the behind scene of working with PMs, stakeholders, developers, and the other team. Not just tools, tutorials, and like how we can work with Figma or what is the main principle of UX design. I entered the tech industry when I was 20 years old. From the very beginning, I had a dream. I want to work at a Snapp, the top player in our market. For me, that has always been a huge goal, almost like a personal milestone. So right now, being in the final step of interviewing for a senior product design role at a Snap means a lot to me. It's not a job, it's a dream I've been working toward for years. I've already passed technical interview and the HR interview successfully. Honestly, I'm proud of myself. It's a small victory in a long journey, and it's remind me how far I've come since I started at 20. The last step is the interview with CPO, and I really want it. It's the final challenges, and it feels both exciting and scary at the same time for me. But it's exactly what I wanted to start this podcast. So share my real challenges, my feeling, the struggle, and the achievement along this way. Even before officially getting the senior title that I badly want that, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be a senior product designer. It's not just about the experience, the years of working, or even the work that you do. For me, being a senior product designer is about the mindset, taking ownership, thinking ahead, guiding other people, and being confident to voice your idea. It's also about reflecting your journey, looking back. I can see how much I've grown in the past few years, from learning the basic, managing complex projects, and now stepping closer to a senior role at the company I've dreamed about it so long. It feels that all that hard work's coming together. In the next episode, I want to share more about the challenges I faced as a designer, working with PM, making decisions, managing expectation, and growing personally while growing professionally. I also want to explain the difference between being a mid-level designer and a senior product designer, not just in task, but in mindset, in confidence, and the responsibility. I also hope this podcast become a space where we can talk about our design journey, our struggle, and our small victories. And maybe help each other feel less alone along this way. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of Product Design by Niku. If you have enjoyed this episode, please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Next time, I'll share some of my challenges I've already faced with product manager, team collaboration, including what I learned from success and mistake. I'm Niku, and this is the Product Design by Niku. Talk to you in the next episode.